Hey everyone, Ross McCorkle here with another episode of the Depot 180. Rookie minicamp is coming up next weekend from May 10th to May 12th, and the Steelers have invited several players to the event for tryouts. More invites will likely trickle in over the final handful of days here, but typically 2 or 3 of these players end up with a roster spot for the offseason and get carried into training camp. We have written about several of these, but one in particular is interesting in cornerback Shon Stephens out of Ferris State. He is the cousin of Joey Porter Jr. and tested off the charts at his pro day with a 40-yard dash in the 4.3 range, 19 reps on the bench press, and a 36.5-inch vertical. The Steelers had some reported interest in him during the pre-draft process. Only issue is he accepted a minicamp invite from both the Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. He is going to the Eagles camp first, and they could always sign him, making the Steelers invite null and void. If he makes it to camp, one would think he has a decent shot as any to stick around given the familial ties that the Steelers have been enamored with over the last several years. The Steelers have 3 roster spots open right now, so 2 or 3 will likely be signed at rookie minicamp. Players typically speak to the media at this event, so expect some interviews from the Steelers draftees and others late next week. Cam Heyward hosted a live draft show that ended up getting posted on YouTube a week later. During that event, he had on some of the newest Steelers and also a current Steeler in running back Jaylen Warren. Warren said a few notable things, including some insight into new offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. He said the biggest difference is how interactive he is during the meetings. He mentioned the fear of getting called out if you aren't fully locked in. This would imply that Matt Canada didn't have that type of command or presence, which probably isn't a shocker given how things worked out. Warren also spoke about the, quote, night and day difference between the quarterback tandem of Russell Wilson and Justin Fields compared to the quarterback room last year, noting how great the leadership is now. Finally, he let something slip that made national news headlines in that special teams coach, presumably Danny Smith, wants to try Justin Fields at kick return. It is unknown just how serious this exchange was, but the Steelers do need to figure out who will be opposite Cordarrelle Patterson, as most teams will try to avoid kicking to him. The new kickoff rules are much safer as players can't start moving until the ball is fielded and the units are closer together. It probably won't happen, but it is fun to think about. Fields is a weapon with his legs and has great vision to scramble and follow blocks. These are all things that would work well returning kicks. Finally, running back Najee Harris had his 5th-year option declined, joining the long list of recent Steelers to not have their option year picked up. This was a bit of a surprise, and reports indicate that the Steelers simply want to see how the running backs fare in Arthur Smith's offensive system prior to tying themselves to one of these guys long term. Let me know how you enjoyed the video on Twitter at Ross_McCorkle, and as always, visit SteelersDepot.com for your latest and greatest Steelers breaking news and analysis.